You are watching Xirtus.
You know, like Mark of the Beast type deal.
It could be. That's why you got to keep an eye on it.
Yeah, rather than
that's why it's important.
You know, the mark of the beast, whether it's inside you or outside you, it's still there. So even if it's in your phone or on your computer, it's the same thing. You know, it's a progression of the same technology.
Well, here's the thing about the mark of the beast and the apocalypse and all that I think people miss a lot. This is my opinion, is that if it's a prophecy, it's going to happen. Now, this guy could be coming up with some technology that further down the line could or could not be used for the real mark of the beast if that prophecy is true, right? And it's inevitable if it's a prophecy and it's true. So, like, we can't really be super paranoid. Like, dude, just get right with Christ. If you're into Christ, like, what are you gonna do? That's the way I look at it.
The thing about a prophecy is that it also acts as a blueprint, because people just copy what it says in it and then make it happen. So yeah,
sure.
someone can choose to be the Antichrist, to take on that role and then do what it said the Antichrist would do.
Well, were they going to do it anyway? If it works, then they would have. It would have been an inevitable thing. If it works and they become the Antichrist, right?
But
like,
writing it down and having a guy with horns and stuff, like, that's all just part of the programming and part of the blueprints. So if he's following the blueprint, then maybe.
And I mean, it's really notable because it's going to change humanity.
And is he following?
I don't think he is.
And is he following the blueprint? Is he following the blueprint?
Let Chris figure. What do you say?
No,
maybe he sees the potential.
Jesus Christ, man.
Go ahead, Chris.
No, that was supposed to be like the singularity point, right? Like when we finally merge with AI, and I don't know, is it going to be voluntary? Because you're definitely going to have extremists on either end saying, like, some people going full tilt, like, yeah, I'm going to merge the heck out of this thing, whereas other people are going to be like, no, I completely reject it. I'm just going to be pure, like, all natural for, like, with my soul.
Yeah, and so the idea, the idea with Elon is, at least he says that his idea is that this AI, the singularity, it is inevitable. So the reason for Neuralink is to get ahead of it. So, like, if you're seeing potential for great evil, and then that's the problem, though, is that also we've seen this in all sorts of myths, is that sometimes people want to prevent the great evil from occurring, and then they become that great evil while trying to protect it from occurring. So Elon is in a position that he is a great person and he can do great things, whether they are for ill or for good. We only can see, like, we don't know, like, so, and that's what I'm saying. It's like, it's natural for people to be afraid of this. Like, this guy is positioned to have godly amounts of power, so we gotta watch, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I think that he means well. It's just, what does he do?
Well, the Antichrist means well too. There's nothing to say. There's nothing to say that the intentions of the Antichrist are going to be nefarious in his eyes. He's just going to be doing what he's natured to do. And so,
well, yeah, the road to hell was paved with good intentions. They say. So.
They say that the age of the Antichrist will last for a few hundred years, and so it could be that we are entering. We are currently in what, like, this 70th year of the age of the age of Satan, according to the Church of Satan. So if by the time we get to 2026, maybe we'll be in the age of the Antichrist. It could be.
I mean, it's just the whole thing with Apollyon and Abaddon, right? So Trump's whole...
we can see.
What are you saying?
The main marker of the age of the Antichrist is going to be the mark of the beast. If everyone has to have the mark of the beast, then that'll be it.
Yeah, that's kind of the most clear thing. Like, there's a lot that's open to interpretation, and there's a lot of different interpretations, and you really hit on a key point, is that the mark of the beast is pretty clear. We'll be able to tell. Like, it has where you have a mark, or you have something that marks you, or you have been enabled to only be able to do that, and you cannot trade or do business or whatever. Like, if there's anything like that occurs, that is literally the mark. It will be pretty hard to not
Social security
notice.
number.
I think that'll come with the elimination of physical money.
Yeah, it was the social security number. We're way behind, dude.
Well, the thing is that if it's a microchip in your hand that acts like a debit card or like your cell phone transaction, then it's totally believable, you know? Like, of course, you just have this thing, flash it, and boom, you get to pay for
If there's no other alternative, but to use that thing in your wrist or in your fist or whatever, then it's the mark. If there's alternatives, and you can still use, you can still use cash to
even if
to
there's
be in
alternatives,
society.
even if there's alternatives, if you have a mark on your hand that enables transactions and that is even part of the structure, that is definitely still the sign of the Antichrist. So, I mean, sign of the symbol of the beast.
No, because if there's
Apple Pay.
alternatives,
There's
then you're not forced.
There's
You have to be forced.
There's no reason to have it on the hand or on the forehead like in that unless you're trying to mimic it. There's zero. You could put it on the wrist. You could put it anywhere else. If you put it where it says it, you're following the blueprint. Just don't, basically.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
On the back of, you just have it. Anyone use Apple Pay? Apple Pay.
Mhm.
It's really easy, super convenient and simple.
Yeah.
The Apple with the
So put
bite out of
Neuralink
it.
on the
Data
temple.
knowledge.
You grab the scanner.
Uh-huh.
You grab the scanner at the store and you scan your own forehead.
Apple Watch. Can you Apple Pay on your watch? I'm pretty sure that's a thing, right? You can do that. I mean, it's like you said,
Yeah,
Vince, it's a blueprint. Putting anything down on paper just makes it that much more possible for it to materialize because it's data. Anyone can perceive the data. And since we are transducers, it is as much projected as it is perceived.
Oh yeah.
Like, and then your cameras that scan you. They want a society where you walk into a store and then they can charge you money when you walk out of the store based on your face.
It has to be that you,
it's really just
need
an
to
Indian
have
guy
a mark.
watching a camera.
Maybe it's on your social
So here's the
credit
thing.
score.
For now. If
Here's
they don't
the
have it
thing.
working perfectly, they will.
It needs to be where you must have the mark to go to Walmart. And if you don't have the mark, you don't get to go to Walmart. Like, that's what the mark is. It's that, like, there's no other alternative in the society. So people, what they have to do is that, like, well, okay, you've been given a choice. Do I trust that God will provide for me now that I've been forced to follow the beast in order to go to Walmart? And so you're given a choice, basically, at that point. Are you going to trust in God that God will provide and you'll survive if you need to? Or will you go along and bow down to the beast just so you can go to Walmart? That's the way
I'll
I
only be
interpret
accepted
it.
in society if I wear a red hat that says MAGA the Beast on it.
Or alternatively, I'll only be accepted in society if I wear a rainbow with 666.
If I have a fucking blue hair and sure, why not?
But those
It's all
aren't
the same
laws.
shit.
I agree.
They aren't laws.
The thing is, it could be that the age of the Antichrist is going to give us a lot of choices. It could be that you can be whatever you want. You're a custom human being now. You can modify your entire body, your entire face, your everything. You can be a wolf boy if you want. Like, who knows?
I feel like all it would take though is like we had the flu of 1919 and the crash of 1929, right? So now we have the flu of 2019 and we could have the crash of 2029. And all it would take would be everyone putting all of their money into crypto, Bitcoin particularly, and then having it go up to like $1 million a coin. In 2029, there's a quantum computer that decrypts all of Bitcoin, and that shuts down the trade and makes Bitcoin worthless all of a sudden. I think that's all it would take really for us to be trapped into whichever, universal basic income.
Oh, you need some money because all your money doesn't work anymore? Well, here's some money to give you.
The sovereign wealth fund, right? Because it'll be the state will be providing people with a new beginning after the crash, and they're preparing for that to come because everyone's going to lose pretty much everything if that happens.
Yes.
What's it called? Universal basic income, and they'll probably try to team it with all digital currency.